A temple of the dead in the Yucatan. An underground city in Turkey. And a South American cave said to contain a treasure from beyond the stars. For centuries, people have told tales of caves and tunnels deep inside the earth. Subterranean passageways that lead to lands of gods and monsters. But is there a surprising truth behind these legends?
I have stood in front of drawings on the rocks and wondered, am I looking at an extraterrestrial biological entity?
Could there really be mysterious places far beneath our feet? Places whose origins might not be of this earth.
There were certain aspects of the caves for which geology could not provide an answer.
Millions of people around the world believe we have been visited in the past by extraterrestrial beings. What if it were true? Did ancient aliens really help to shape our history? And if so, should we be looking for proof of their existence not in the heavens above, but in mysterious worlds deep beneath the surface? Bordered on the north by the Black Sea, and by the Taurus Mountains to the south, lies Cappadocia in central Turkey. Here, wind and water have sculpted strange shapes out of the soft volcanic rock. Rock which ancient peoples once turned into small primitive dwellings. In more recent years, the site has seen the construction of more modern structures. But in 1963, a simple home renovation in the town of Derinkuyu led to an extraordinary discovery when a cave wall was opened, revealing a passageway to an underground city thousands of years old and more than 280 feet deep.
I've been there on multiple occasions, and it's incredible because there's 13 stories that go deep into the ground with ventilation shafts and 15,000 little shafts that bring air to even the deepest of levels. Incredibly, the number of rock rooms that were found could hold over 20,000 men, women, and children. There was even evidence of religious centers, storerooms, wine presses, and stables for livestock.
Oh, Derinkuyu would have been a massive undertaking for anyone, even in modern times, with modern equipment. But in those days, it would have been stupendous, equal to the pyramids. At Derinkuyu, because of the softness of the stone, you had to be very careful that you provided enough pillar strength to support the floors above, otherwise you'd have catastrophic cave-ins. Surprisingly, there's no evidence of any catastrophic cave-ins, so they were apparently extremely clever and knew their material. We're talking deep antiquity. It is mind-boggling to understand how they could have done this. Perhaps they had help from some other civilization.
But just who built this massive underground city? And what mysterious force drove them to live underground? But here, in 2007, Mexican archaeologist Guillermo de Anda found a cave like no other. Following clues in the records of 17th century Spanish priests that hinted at the existence of a mysterious underground Mayan temple deep in the jungle, De Anda found a series of caves near the village of Tatsibichan. caves not seen for hundreds of years, and with entrances submerged beneath centuries of floodwater.
Sometimes we have to dive into these caves. Sometimes they go very deep. The average of our research is about 140, 150 feet, but we know caves much deeper than that.
At first, Deanda and his team found carved stone heads and broken pillars with 1900-year-old Mayan inscriptions.
We have found columns under the water, and these columns are amazing because some of them are 5 feet high and at least 10 feet wide.
But as Deanda surfaced in the dry areas of the cave, he found what he believed to be the remains of a massive underground temple complex, including a concrete road, a crumbled pyramid, and bones. But why was it here?
The Mayans themselves have a very intriguing legends of an underground world called Xibalba. And it's believed now by archaeologists that what they found is what the Mayans thought was the entrance to this legendary underground world that features prominently in the Popol Vuh.
Could this dark and mysterious cave really be the underground world mentioned in the Mayan legends? According to the Popol Vuh, the written record of Mayan mythology, the underworld kingdom of Xibalba, meaning the place of fear, was ruled by the cruel lords of the dead, who made those who entered their realm pass through a series of torture chambers involving blood, darkness, cold, knives, bats, and jaguars.
We see here in this one archaeological spot an actual physical representation of what the Mayans felt the soul had to go through.
Might perhaps this cave of stalactites, sharp enough to pierce flesh, represent the room of knives in the Popol Vuh? There is also a room of bats, and a trench that might once have been filled with blood, like the river of blood that Mayan pilgrims had to cross over. There are places of cold and darkness, and even a room with the bones of jaguars.
These caves were littered with large patches of spiders and reptiles and all types of tumultuous things that a human really wouldn't want to be exposed to.
Although some archaeologists claim this unique site was simply modeled after the description of Xibalba in the Popol Vuh, Deanda insists that items from the cave date back to a time centuries before the Mayan holy book was written.
It's not that there was this document and they tried to imitate what the document said. I think it's all the other way around. We believe that we have found a particular shape about the central part of Yucatan. This is why we do believe it was a real place.
But if Xibalba is real, were the lords of the dead also real? And if so, who or what were they?
According to the Chilam Balam book, which is the book of the jaguar priests, it says in there that at that time, the road to the stars descended from the sky, and the 13 and 9 gods came to earth. I'm sorry, road to the stars descended from the sky. Can it be more clear? I don't think so. Right there we have a direct reference to someone that has arrived from outer space, and we have a written record about this.
Could the lords of Xibalba and other Mayan gods really have been extraterrestrial travelers?